Aloha, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Prince John Internet TV. Good to be back. So, as usual, talking about concepts of family, marriage, health, and general well being. You know, I think it's important to be responsible for our spinal health and our stretching, all of our health of our joints and muscles. And the way to do it is to, when working, for example, when doing carpentry, to stretch often, stretch every 5 minutes. Just, you know, do a back roll with your shoulders like that. Breathe deeply when you and do a set of push-ups in between working. Breathe, so really enjoy the exercise. Like, breathe it in and feel the motion. And you take advantage of the corners of walls where you can put your back up against it and knead each side of the spine. And also, it's like a somersault. You flip over with your legs hanging over you, and or just holding into your legs towards your stomach in a ball with your lying on your back, and just roll around. Shake it out. Um, flex your stomach. Try and flex like your solar plexus, like right here, right? Just try and make it move, and it creates an ecstatic feeling, at least for me. And just shake, like shake your knees back and forth, kind of like they do on those machines popular in Japan. Do it without the machine. Do it yourself. All right. So what else here today? Uh, you know, Building a future involves planning, and it involves children. It involves every age and aspect of life. And what I've noticed is that the one way it's really possible to discover if you're really uh, meant for a good match for somebody, and you're really going to enjoy each other throughout your whole life, is if you make a decision that you're definitely going to raise children, even if they're not your own children. And what you're going to do is you're going to you're going to see, if you use similar parenting techniques, whether or not you truly like each other as a couple. Because if you use the same parenting techniques, that means you're similar in your perspective. But just imagine, if you don't think about having children in your head, what happens is it becomes something like, how do I say this? It's like it's just about being in the bedroom and intimacy, but it's not about, family is forever, and lust is only a temporary thing. All right, so another thing is, it's possible to be drunk in lust, and so this can happen whenever you're, you know, part of being in a relationship involves you're around the person. And so, for example, coworkers are prone to fall in lust, and it's not about, like, logic. Like, you might think you're just trying to be friendly to the person or engage in a conversation, but if it's somebody that you have a physical attraction to, you're going to be drunk in lust, and you really can't control it. So keep that in mind next time you speak to somebody that you might be attracted to, and you just say to yourself, well, I'm just their friend. No, I mean, you can't control when two people, your hormones, So a thought I had was, I'm like married to everything. In theory, I'm the whole unified field of light. So I should be able to extract information, use logic, use rationale, and really make my life magnificent and impossibly beautiful. I think that's what I'm in the process of doing. Come join me. And come enter into the realm of the nobles, the gracious, the kind, the warm, the powerful. Alright, so one thing we have to remember is not to be afraid that, you know, we're feeling bad for somebody, and that's one reason that you don't want to be in a relationship with someone. Say the person's financially unstable, and you feel bad for them, and so you want to be in a relationship partly because but that's what parental guardians are for. And so what we need in our lives are parental guardians, like people like me. I need more guardianship and mentorship as opposed to actually being ready to be married. Uh, let's see. Remember that if the authority of a location is departed, such as the landlord, there must be an authority appointed at all times at a place, be it a security guard, be it a proxy for the landlord, just somebody who's given, the next in chain in command. I think a cool thing about a real soulmate is they will not have to be impressed. They will be like me, and they'll like the same exercises and food that I like, and they'll just be like, "Hey, look at us. We're let's enjoy our life together. We're such a great match." And we won't have to pretend around each other. We'll like the same music. We'll be able to just like feel, of course we'll have a physical attraction and that exciting desire, but it'll be everywhere we go. We'll be like the perfect team, and we'll just be walking around and be joyful like children, because it'll be real. It won't be just based upon physicality. And I'm not saying people who are not a certain spiritual path are less than me. I'm just saying that everyone's different, and we've got to associate with people who are similar to us, because if we associate with people who are different in their beliefs and lifestyles and like things they like to eat, then we're going to try and impress them, like by wearing nice clothing, or not be able to be ourselves. It's more than trying to relate to a person. If you have similar past, maybe a good past or a bad past, it's the words that we share that are that are the most important things. The words we share right now, such as, "All right, let's do light work together," or, well, we can, when we're working, we can say, "Oh, I'm using this creative love energy, and I'm making something, and I'm not just enjoying creations and trying to amass physical things, but I'm creating for other people. I'm building things. I'm building, intellectually or physically doing labor." Um, and 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 so next. By the way, I think image is important. That's why perhaps I should do things like at least wet my hair down before I do the show, out of respect for you, my viewer, because you wanna look at somebody who's presentable, not just it's not just about the words, it's also about the image. Like, if you're looking at me right now, you're creating that image in yourself. And let me explain something. When you watch a car commercial on television, every time, let's say 7 days a week, when you see your favorite show or what have you, if you watch television, I'm giving you an extreme example. What'll happen is that commercial will be in your head, and uh, it'll be programmed into you. And so, even though you might not want to buy the car, like rationally, it'll be in your head. So it'll feel like there's a contradiction in your head, or what do you call it? there's like cognitive dissonance, because in one way, you don't, you'd have to work more to buy the car and spend less time with your family, but by having that concept in your head, you're it's like it's forcing you, the thoughts and the imagery and the it's like it's forcing you to purchase the car. So just to give you a frame of reference. Alright, so anyway, alright, where are we? Let us not attack unless we're in imminent danger. It's good to flee and let the authority handle the situation. We want to, we want to, don't try to communicate with drunk people, because they contradict themselves, and they're mean. When people are really angry, they want more conflict. They want to resonate with other people and make them angry, so they're all in harmony with other people. Um, and so therefore, give them their space and just focus on the nice things they do. Maybe try and offer them food, or if you can offer them some money or something, just a simple gesture, instead of trying to listen to them, with their negative energy, because that's that's where it's suggested, like in the Bible, to stay away from evil, like depart from evil. That's what it means. It means, like, if you're gonna be with somebody who's argumentative or confrontational, if you get into that energy, you're gonna, do the same thing they are, and it's a destructive energy. Is that if you were involved, then you would destroy too. You know what I mean? Like, they might say something rude to you, and then you might say, "Oh, you're being rude. That's ridiculous." But that's the same energy you're throwing back at them. So, bottom line, no, it's not about people. It's not about people caring or thinking that I do a good job. Rather, it's about my personal beliefs about if I'm trying my best or not. So don't expect, a boss to say, "Oh, you're doing great." It's me. I know I'm doing great, and you've got to know that yourself, and you've got to say it to yourself. Trust yourself. Thanks here for being with me today. I will see you next time. Aloha.